There are two types of coaches, the expert coach and the empire builder. And neither one is necessarily right or wrong, they just serve completely different purposes and they want very different things. But understanding the difference can literally save you thousands of dollars, years of trial and error, and it can help you to choose the kind of mentorship that you need and actually gets you the business you want to create. And it's important for you to be clear what kind of coaching business you want to create for yourself. Both have tremendous benefits, but you need to have the clarity of objective to know what kind of coaching, training, or consulting business you want so you take the right steps to build it out. And I know the difference really, really well. Better than anybody I know, because I spent almost 5 years as the Chief Marketing Officer helping to build a coaching empire that reached about $15 million a year. And then I spent the last 5.5 years as an expert coach serving all my clients myself. So I've lived and built both worlds. And today I'm going to show you what each type really looks like and help you decide which one you want supporting you and to help you understand what kind of coach you would like to become in the future. So let's start with a neutral breakdown, because both of these types do different kinds of good in the world. Type number 1, the expert coach. And this applies for trainer or consultant as well. This is the person who built their business through mastery. They go deep with their clients. They have years of experience. They coach their people through nuances that make a lot of difference for how successful you're actually going to be. They've done the thing you're trying to do many times over, and you get direct access to work with them. Expert coaches are harder to scale up as a business, but far easier to keep high quality. They're the kind of coaches who can change your life in one sentence because they actually understand the complexity of what you're navigating, because they're good at what they do. They still operate group programs that are highly transformational, but they do them with a group of clients which is smaller, who they're able to give more attention to, and they're very involved in each of their clients' own processes. They create six-figure, multi-six-figure, or as high as about $2 million coaching companies where they're very plugged into this smaller group of clients. They have no employees, or maybe just 1 or 2 back office employees who help them in their business. They spend 80% of their time coaching and only about 20% on marketing. They're dialed in, and so long as the revenue stays under about $2 million, expert coaches are much more profitable than empire builders are, until the empire builder gets much, much bigger. Type number 2, the empire builder. This is the person who says, I want to work with thousands of clients and make millions of dollars. They build teams, systems, content libraries. They have delivery coaches, layers of support. If you work with one of these coaching empires, you almost never get to work with the founder directly. You will work with what they call a team of experts. Well, at least you hope they're experts. You won't know until you've bought the program. You should not expect nuance or specialized advice. You will get one process to follow, but that does sometimes come with a clearer structure, accountability, and then there's a bigger community of their clients that you're mixed in with and you can draw from. Empire builders, because of the size of their operation, spread ideas fast. They help a lot of people, but they also face a problem they can't avoid. Here's the truth nobody loves talking about. There's simply no way, and I mean absolutely no way, for an empire builder to scale without the quality of the program they run for their clients going down and their price going up. Not because they're bad people, not because they don't care, not because they aren't brilliant. This is just how scale works. I saw this firsthand when I was helping build that $15 million coaching empire. The founder is a great coach, but the business gets bigger and they get busier. So they bring in coaches to work with their clients. Then the coaches need management. Then the managers need operations. Then the whole company needs financial experts and IT support people. And then the marketing gets so big that now you need a team of experts just to focus on advertising your business. Then you add salespeople because you're getting so many inquiries. And pretty soon you have a pretty big company in your hands that you need to run. Empire builders must charge more than expert coaches in order to pay for all of these people who work for them. They need to standardize their curriculum, more of a one-size-fits-all, and then they simplify the delivery. And suddenly, you're no longer getting really the founder's mind. You're getting a version of the playbook that can be taught at scale to a lot of people. And with every new layer added, nuance drops. And a lot of the time, the nuance is important. So the key to being an empire building coach is to go shallow with your clients and set them on a path or show them a path to transformation that they're going to work on themselves with minimal guidance. This is why so many empire builder coaches are now touting their own custom AI. Now, I want to honor something here. Empire builders do something extraordinary. They touch more lives than any one expert coach could. Some create movements, some build ecosystems, some are actually building the demand that the expert coaches profit from. They bring motivation, energy, community, and for some clients, that is exactly what they need. If you want millions in the bank with your own company and a big environment that you're running, creating your own coaching empire is fantastic. But that level of scale means you must trade precision for reach, and you have a lot more complexity and time-consuming activity to keep your business healthy. And that's okay, so long as you know that this is what you're choosing and you have a good reason for why you're choosing it. So if you're at the point of starting your own coaching, training, or consulting business, the most pressing big question for you becomes, how do you learn best? Do you grow through nuance, tailored feedback, a person who knows you, seeing your blind spots, the coach you hire knowing exactly where you are in your business and giving you answers based on that? Or do you grow through community, structure, accountability, systems and templates, and more kind of generalized advice with you filling in the blanks on your own? There isn't a wrong answer, but here's a twist that most people don't think of. You can want to be an empire builder yourself in the near future, but you still might get an expert coach guiding you right now. In fact, most successful people seem to have gone that path. Because big visions don't grow in generic advice. They grow in high caliber, deeply informed insight that's based on actual experience. And that only comes from somebody who's done what you do, not just once, but many times. It cannot come from somebody who manages people who have never done it. Here's something interesting I learned while working behind the scenes of a coaching empire. The founder, that's the empire builder, rarely uses their own style of program when they're growing. They hire expert coaches, people who can think with them at a high level, people who can challenge them, people who can refine their strategy, people who bring nuance, clarity, and direction, because even empire builders know scale is great. Scale is riches, but end expertise is what keeps you sharp. And this is why, after helping build that $15 million coaching empire, I now choose to be an expert coach. I had fun with the scale. I loved the impact. I loved seeing thousands of people move forward. But what I loved most was the transformation that happened when someone got tailored expert level guidance. And so for the past 5.5 years, I've poured all of that experience into what I do now, the powerful practice. And I have stayed personally connected to the craft, close to the nuance and close to every client that I have personally. Because that's what gets people the fastest, most reliable, most sustainable result. Not complexity, not layers, not 10 different coaches who've never had their own business working for me, but mastery, insight, and expertise. So the real question isn't which type of coach is better. The real questions for you are which type of support is going to help you grow right now. If you resonate with the expert model, if you want nuance, depth, and somebody who's actually done what it is that you want to do many times over, that's the kind of work that I do here. And if you want to explore that, I'm going to leave a video underneath that's going to tell you how I do it. Either way, I hope this video helps you choose the support that truly takes you to the next level in your career.